Starting to the bottom, top left, actually. Switch there for a second. We have the player for Team Axiom-Acer. It is the last man standing. It is
Acer MMA.
MMA is changed a lot over the years in appearance and in skill. He's fluctuated. Can he do this?
It's not going to be easy for him. He's up against the bottom right player. Better in the TVT, statistically speaking, in Heart of the Swarm. The last man for NS HoSeo.
NS HoSeo Jakji.
He has something in common with MMA. He is a champion. And that says a lot. So much so that the music had to be quiet for me to say it.
Yeah. Jakji is a former champion, MMA of course as well. Let's see what's going on here. We have the gas first currently for the
Jakji goes gas first. No gas for MMA. He will be doing a very safe one barracks expand, it appears.
And keep in mind, in Heart of the Swarm, Terran versus Terran, MMA without a single best of 3 win against Terran so far. He won only one map. That was the one map that he won against 4GG. He lost against Strelok with an 0-2 and he lost against SC in the GSTL season. Jakji has a lot more games played. He played 8 best of 3s in total and he won 5 of them. The recent ones against Miso and also best of 1 this season against Marine King.
Yeah. Well, actually, the MMA takes a later gas. He's not going to do the one barracks expand I expected. Looks more likely to just be a reactor expand with no Reapers. So he's just going to make Marines. He'll have the better Marine count early on. This build has become really popular in Heart of the Swarm, just simply because it's a little bit safer. It helps you defend just by having those extra units out. A lot of harassment here by MMA.
That SV was really funny. Already out of the base, turns around, and just attacks that supply depot once.
He like carved his initials into it on his way out, and he left.
Yeah.
He was like, repair this. And no reactor from MMA. He's just going to have a delayed factory here.
SV uses the supply depot as like teenagers use a tree and carves in I Love Nova.
Yeah. Nova's not too into that though. She's all about order and cleanliness, and I don't think she's big on the carving initials. Yeah,
she's still not big on SCVs.
She likes ghosts, I think.
Yeah, SCVs are not the most manliest unit.
They've got that trucker look. Some people are into that, I guess.
What?
I guess.
Where do you come from?
I just said I guess. I mean, I would guess that some people, I mean, they still exist, right? So they must be coming from somewhere.
We have Widow Mine drops, by the way.
Yes.
The Starport is already building. The first Widow Mines are in the game, and we don't see an armory just yet. So it looks like we're going to see a couple of Widow Mines here. We don't have the expansion being built for Jakji just yet. MMA has the information of what's going on, of what's happening here. And oh, there is the, sorry, my bad, there is the armory right now. So we will see, first of all, a couple of Widow Mines and then the transition into the Hellbat.
Yeah, so it's just a 2-step process, 1-2 punch. Yeah. The Widow Mines do some damage, get you a little bit flustered, and then the Hellbat's coming. But you have to do a lot of damage with this if you have such a late CC.
You lead with the left and you try to just get your opponent's defense down, and then the strong right comes in and is supposed to knock him out. That's what the Hellbats are going to be for. But let's see how much damage you can do with those initial Widow Mines. We have MMA going into basically the same build, but with a command center up front. So if he positions those Widow Mines well, the drop would be in trouble. I mean, there is no Viking yet, but there has to be a bit more damage to the Medivac. One shot of the Widow Mine doesn't take it out.
I really like MMA's position here because he has the CC and his tech is only a little bit behind, and on a map of this size, gives him a lot of time to prepare. Like you said, it's all about the positioning of those Widow Mines. It's going to affect a lot, and the drop is, of course, already spotted.
No, it's not.
Oh, he doesn't see it?
No, the drop was not spotted.
He does not see that. And here we go into the main base, another Widow Mine dropping down.
Yeah, moving in already, and burrowing here.
Oh my god, that was the worst pull I have ever seen. That was really poorly done by MMA.
That was only 4. He could snipe them. He targets them down.
This is such a huge mistake by MMA.
What are you doing? Why is he putting them back on the mineral line?
MMA is playing with his eyes closed here. And this Widow Mine at the natural looks like it got just 1 kill. Good scan here. But it gets the shot off.
Widow Mines killing Widow Mines.
Yeah, it actually damaged his own Hellbat. Meanwhile, those 2 Marines coming in to try to finish off what they started. A great amount of damage done here. And don't forget the Hellbat drop follow-up.
Yeah. Jagchi with 11 kills already. I mean, could that have been more successful? I doubt it. That's awesome. For him, that's great. Why did MMA put those SCVs back?
The Widowmine is still here. He has to use another scan.
Yep. Second scan.
Oh, he's trying to use the refinery there.
Yeah,
no luck.
Good luck with that. That's not only working out. Now he gets it, at least a little bit. Can he target? He needs to target now.
Oh my god, Keller.
Where's the targeting, and...
No.
That was bad.
That was bad, but still another worker killed.
Actually, in total, he killed another 3. Those Marines were also busy. 14 killed in total. The worker count is 23 to 29. The third command center for Jagchi is not ready just yet. Keep in mind, guys, he needs to do damage because we have already 2 bases for the Axiom-Acer player. So it's not like that is going to win him the game immediately.
Yeah. These Hellbats have to do more damage because he hasn't done enough to win it on its own or to even really make up for his command center being behind. But he did a lot.
Viking coming in now, and Viking and 1 Widowmine shot takes down Medivac.
Yeah, he also has a bunker at the natural, and I don't see this drop doing a ton of damage. Nice defense here, though, on his own. Jagchi, that is, against the counter drop. And here comes the boost into the main. Where is he going to drop it? Dropping on the edge would probably be better.
Here we go. Not on the Widowmine.
But, you know, the Widowmine does some friendly fire splash damage here.
And he dropped all 4. He dropped all of them.
And he's going to be able to kill these Hellbats and then go for the SCVs.
20 have already been killed.
MMA not pulling away here.
Oh, he lost way more already. No, he does pull. He does do it.
This is some of the sloppiest drop defense I have ever seen.
What is he doing?
He's going to lose even more.
He lost 26
There's another drop in the natural. That must be what he was looking at.
Yeah, that must have been
This is game over, man.
32 already down. He killed 33 SCVs. Jagchi is tearing MMA apart.
Even going to trade decently here with the last of his Hellbats. Gets 1 more SCV. Kills a Hellbat as well. He's doubling his opponent's supply, and he's not done yet. He's got his own natural up. The worker count is 34 to 14. And MMA, he's probably got his hands off the keyboard praying or something.
That was just horrible. He is on half the supply. He is on half supply. 38 workers killed.
And it's not necessarily going to stop there.
38 worker supply, but he killed like more. He killed 33.
Yes, close enough, right?
Oh, and he drops again on top of those, and he heals, and he takes on more. Worker supply is 22 now for MMA.
He's just getting the better angles here, the better micro, and the splash damage also continues to kill SCVs.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though, you know, he loses his Hellbats, he doesn't win the Hellbat fight, he still kills SCVs with that.
He killed in total 36 SCVs in this game. And
versus 0.
Versus 0, exactly. Jagchi is just at home currently, sending units out, 1 drop after another. He just looks at the game and is like, well, that works actually very well for me, so let's just continue dropping.
He also has a 3rd command center almost ready, so if he continues the pressure, he can even move that down. It's nearly completed. Starts additional factories here.
And he's also in a position where he doesn't take any chances, you know? Like, he has units everywhere.
Vikings
he's just
all along
waiting
the edge.
for drop ships of MMA to appear on screen.
The one blind spot. Oh, he doesn't find it. He's going to walk right into the Vikings. MMA just cannot catch a break this game.
Yeah. Jagchi is just tearing his limbs apart here.
He even finds the drop with all the Vikings he has out and cleans it up. He's going to go for the push now. And with all these Vikings, he can just land them into assault mode and go for the attack.
40 supply lead already. He's going into the upgrades. He has the +1 attack upgrade for his Hellbats. He's going into +2. He has Hellbats. He has Vikings.
He has a 3rd base.
Moving in. Exactly, the 3rd base. And there is nothing to stop him.
No siege tanks, no bunkers.
Here
Vikings
we go.
land to take the damage.
He has 1 in the air just to be on the safe side here against anything that could come his way. And this looks like it's going to be game. Jagchi is moving in and MMA. What does he have?
Not a whole lot, man. He doesn't even have very many SCVs to pull to defend. The Marines start to fall here, and it looks like Jagchi has done it.
GG! NS HoSeo takes their 2nd win this season. It is against Axiom-Acer. The coach is looking happy. He probably thinks if we would have played like this the entire season, we would have been in a much better position. But they are happy. Jagchi has done it. Mad Bull has started it, and Jagchi, he ended it.
It just goes to show that even though they looked weak this season, if you look at their points, they can still beat the team who's currently in 2nd place.
MMA,
they do have it in them.
He doesn't know what hit him. And that's exactly the same look that the entire Axiom-Acer bench currently has.
When those drops hit him, man, MMA looked like he froze, like he didn't know what to do.
They expected to come to the studio today and to win this game, to maybe crush NS HoSeo, maybe all kill them, and then get a good position in the ranks, but the opposite was the case.
Now they can no longer get first place. It's impossible.
Yep. And they might actually drop down to third.
Yes. So, you know, the higher you are up in those top 4 places, the better chances, or the better place you start in the playoffs. So that's why it's important for those of you who do not know that.
Yep. The playoff system rewards every single position that you climb up in the ranks.
Yeah, so I mean, this is like, you know, potentially means that Axiom-Acer has to play an entire extra game that they didn't want to have to do. They want to just be higher up in the rounds. So a very crushing defeat, but a very inspirational win for NS HoSeo.
Yeah, that was a good way for them to end the season, to just prepare for season number 2, and that gives them, of course, now a bit of confidence again in their abilities. Jakji just qualified for the individual league. Mad Bull was close. Kaisar was close. We have them with a win in the GSTL. That is exactly what Jakji was talking about in the interview with him.
Definitely so, man. He showed his skills not only in the qualifier, but also today. Is Jakji going to make a comeback? He's taken out so many good players, so many high-level players. Could he go straight to the Premier League like he was talking about? Maybe so.
Yeah. Maybe he's able to pull that off. We're going to find out in the Challenger League. In the GSTL, of course, Axiom-Acer is still in the playoffs. They already have their spot. It's only about positioning here. But they have to hope that LGIM has a tough time against their next opponent, because LGIM could now surpass them.
Yeah, definitely true. LGIM, if you look at that graph that we saw earlier that shows kind of how the teams were placed through the season, LGIM had a rough start, but they went straight up after that, and they want to fight for that spot really, really hard.
Yep. We're going to, of course, have an interview with the coach, with Crank. Sorry, not with Crank, but with the NS HoSeo coach, and then also with the MVP. There's no doubt that this is going to be Jakji today.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about that, and then we'll have a look at the ranks and also at the overall results once again, just to talk a little bit, to review that, to talk about what's going on then in the next matches that we have.
Yeah. Jakji really quite an inspiring player. Just he's the leader for his team. He's the guy who just leads the charge. Sometimes he comes out, you know, second, third player, even doesn't always even come out as the ace, but he's that player that keeps the team going. You know, you've always got this guy to rely on. He's kind of just like the mentor for everybody in the team. You know, they look at me, you're the successful guy. You're the guy we can always count on. And if we have you on our team, I know that we can be as good as you. We can move towards where you are.
He's the driving force of the team. He is the one who motivates them. And for that, he has to motivate himself. And that is something that in the past was not always the case. As he said, now he's exactly where he wants to be, back on track, back on his way into the Challenger League, and also performing well in the GSTL. He had a bit of a rough season, but now in the last match he comes through, and for Axiom-Acer it's the worst moment in time for NS HoSeo to actually grow a spine. And it's kind of whack. It was a really awesome chain of wins there by Jakji. Now we're going to get to hear from the NS HoSeo coach, who's very moved, of course, by the win.
감독입니다. 네. 오랜만에 승리라서 정말 기쁘고요. 더군다나 저희는 항상 팀 리그에서
It's the first time they won in a really long time. They're very happy about it, he says. And he also says when they lose in all kills, or they win in an all kill. So it's kind of the first time they got to the ace match. You know, since they're normally so extreme, they either all kill prime or they get all killed. So he's very happy they got to go to the ace match, show good games there, and then of course win the tournament, or rather win that match. Nowhere near winning the tournament. Yeah.
편하게 하라고 했었는데요. 그렇게 좀
So he says that even though they couldn't make it into the playoffs, he told the players to play comfortably, to play and gain more confidence for next season.
Yeah.
Interesting thing to say, talking about him not sending out like new players like Kaisar, but okay.
이렇게 또 살아났었으면 정말 판세는 어떻게 되었을지 모른다는 말씀을 저희도 중계 중에 드렸던 기억이 납니다. 자, 너무너무 수고하셨습니다. 그리고 뭐 시즌 성적을 떠나서 아무튼 뭐
going into talking about Jakji here.
누구의 큰 박수를 보내도록 하겠습니다. 자, 이어서 주장이죠.
He's the big story here for sure.
트리플킬의 주인공, 역전의 주인공.
And Mad Bull with the win against Ryang. Let's not forget about that. Ryang is the all-killer against Startail. Was the strongest opponent to face today, and Mad Bull pulled that off.
He's just introducing himself as Jakji.
자, 오늘 트리플킬 성공입니다. 기분이 어떠세요? 지금 딱 기분.
What do you feel about getting the 3-kill today?
좀 연습 때 경기력이 좀 나온 것 같아서 저도 감독님 마음처럼 몇 경기 더 하고 싶은데.
He's been able to show his skill that he's been practicing. So he's very happy about that he gets to really show it off finally, having his moment here.
자, 기분이 어땠습니까? 일단 뭐 양준식 선수를 상대로 하고 사샤 오스틴 선수, 문성호 선수와 딱 마지막 대장전에서 맞붙게 되었을 때 그때의 기분은 이길 수 있을 거라고 장담을 하셨나요?
She's just asking how he felt when MMA came out as the last player for Team Axiom-Acer today, what his thoughts were on the player and also, of course, on the matchup. He personally doesn't really like MMA's playstyle, but he has a feeling that he's going to win today. And of course, especially with the momentum that he already had.
됩니다. 네네. 그러니까 MVP 팀에게 상당히 좀 유리한 경기를 치르게 됐는데.
He totally crushed MMA though in that final series.
네.
Really well done.
팀에게 한 말씀 하시죠.
안 그래도 며칠 전에 예선할 때
Thanks to NS HoSeo, MVP gets first place, as we talked about earlier.
네네.
And so, you know, that's great for them, of course. Means they get a really good seed into the playoffs.
마치 뭐
강요는 안 하겠지만 의식은.
And he said because they won today, maybe MVP will buy them something. I doubt that, but
it would be cool though.
It would. He will definitely send his regards, I'm sure.
You know, next time they play against each other in the next season, actually MVP comes up and they bring cake or something. I was like, thanks again, guys.
Thanks again. Now we'll all kill you again.
상당히 많습니다. NS HoSe를 대표해서 정지훈 선수가 우리 팬 여러분들께 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 저희가 계속 올킬 패배를 당했는데.
He's asking, or he's replying as the question. Any comments to your fans?
응원해 주시는 분들이 있더라고요. 정말 되게 힘이 됐고.
He says that there's still a lot of fans cheering for them, and they are going to play as much as they can. They will try to show better matches in the next season and practice hard to make that happen. Now in the off season, they have the time to do that.
You know, you said he, accepts the fact that this team has been all killed a lot this season, but still, he's very thankful. As the fans are still supporting them, they're out there. There's a lot of NS HoSeo fans who have been following since the beginning of their team's inception, where they had players like Freaky, Seal, even when San and Sage were on the team. This team has a lot of history.
Check him out on Twitter as well. His Twitter ID, I'm not 100% sure if it's NSH Jugji or if it's
I think it's only
Jugji. I think it's only NSH.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, check him out, of course, with the double J at the beginning. Send him a tweet and just send him a few nice words, because they had a really rough season, and it's very important, especially for him, since he's carrying the team so much, that he has the support, so that he sees that people are still standing behind him. That's actually more important than you guys think. So if you have Twitter, send him a tweet, NSH Jugji, and let him know what you think about NS HoSeo and about his performance. Here in front of you, of course, today's results. Matt Bull being the one who came through and took down Ryung.
Who knows if Mad Bull had not sniped Ryung, we might have had Ryung versus Jagji, and then he could have lost there.
And now look at the ranks. If Prime loses to FX Open in their last match, then NS HoSeo is 7th place in the season.
Yes.
And of course, if LGIM now beats their next opponent, then they will surpass Axiom-Acer.
Very true. If Prime wins, however, they will take 7th place. So it's all about losing or winning.
Yeah, but Prime plays against FX Open, so
yes,
a bit different.
And this is basically MVP solidifying their top win. That's the biggest story of today, or top first place. That will not change, no matter what.
Yeah, MVP will definitely be first place. There's no doubt about that anymore. Even if they lose. Like, they could lose. Well, actually, thinking about it, if LGIM has a really good win and MVP loses, maybe gets all killed, then it would change. But that's like the only thing where it could change. LGIM could theoretically still take the first place in the league. Wolf is looking at the numbers and is trying to crunch that.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if they go down, if they go down 4 and they go up 4, like that could happen.
Yeah.
I was like, well, 6 is too much. It's more than 4. But I'm like, well, yeah, if both of them, there's a chance.
They don't have to get all killed. If they lose with a 4-2, then when LGM all kills, then they would also take the first place.
That's true. You're right.
So that might happen. Tomorrow we have Prime Team up against FX Open. And that's very important for FX Open. They need to win this. If they don't win it with a lot of points, then they might not be in the playoffs this season.
Should be a good match as well. Prime definitely looking weaker this season, but maybe we'll see them try to use one of their not-so-Fantastic Four players.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, the Fantastic Four, they might be back tomorrow, but Anyong did really well in the Code A qualifiers. Also a player that we could see tomorrow. He played against Jagji in the finals and lost, so nothing where we should blame him.
Yep, so here's some of our playoff schedules for you guys. We will have the 12th, the 13th, and the 19th. And the final has been announced here now on the 20th. It'll be on Saturday. And you know who's going to be in the finals. It's going to be the first. I'm not going to list who's in the finals there.
And this is it for the day. So NS HoSeo, they say goodbye with a victory against Axiom-Acer. Axiom-Acer, of course, not too happy about this, but they will still be in the finals. We have tomorrow the Prime team coming up. If they lose the match against FX Open, they will take the last place in the ranks. And for FX Open, the win is very important. If the Prime team, on the other hand, wins, then of course FX Open, NS HoSeo is once again last.
Yeah, exactly true.
This is it for the day. I hope that you enjoyed the show. NS HoSeo with a victory, saying goodbye here for season number 1 at the GSTL. We see you guys tomorrow for FX Open up against the Prime team. See you then. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
4 years later down the line, my progression is my profession. I'm doing shows with a 9. My mama's trying to kick in my